Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come and run my mouth and talk about the girls down in Jackson, Mississippi. This is a Belle Collective Review. Let's get into it. Go, go, Power Rangers! You mighty morphin' Power Rangers! Hey!
Go, go, Power Rangers! You mighty morphin' Power Rangers!
But unfortunately, we will not be returned. So just wanted to say that. The colognes are done.
All right, so I wanted to talk about two things. Well, a few things before let's just talk. Okay. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was Tambra. Y'all know Tambra was my least favorite when it came down to the fashions, the entire look. And I knew something was off, but I just didn't know what it was. And a lot of you pointed out in the comment section that it was Miss Tambra's girl makeup. And I knew, girl, I knew it was something. I just couldn't pinpoint what it was until the cousin said, "Baby, that makeup looked nice." Baby Tambra, the people said you look like. Okay, they didn't say this. This is what I said. The people said you looked a little white. Now Tambra is a light-skinned woman, okay? But Tambra, you ain't that light, okay? Tambra looked like powder. Have y'all seen that movie? It's a movie that came out a long time ago. That's how Tambra looked. Tambra looked like powder. Girl, it looked good. And then another thing too, I don't know how I missed this, but I love Marie's look, but I did not like that undergarment that Marie had on. I don't know if it was a skirt. At one point, I feel like, I don't know if Marie, girl, tail is just so humongous, it just started swallowing the skirt and made it into draws. Because when she got up and hugged, I'm getting ahead of myself, but when she got up and hugged Latrice, it appeared as though she had on panties. But when she took the picture, the main picture, it looked like a skirt. So I don't know if the skirt lifted into some panties because her butt's so big and it just swallowed the skirt. But I didn't like this is a thing that the girl. This is now I don't know. I'm not a fashion girl, but I can do my little thing when I need to. But I think this is just for me. If you're going to do the sheer look, it's supposed to give the illusion of being nude, right? When we can see your undergarments in some looks, not every look. Some looks I can see what you're going for. Some looks just because I can see your underwear or your undergarments, panties and bras. I'm like, okay. But I feel like in this situation, girl, like how Latrice's look, you don't really see her underwear, right? It's supposed to you're not supposed to see it. That's all I can say. Again, it's not for every look because some looks you can tell that's how it's meant. It's meant to be that way. But I just felt like for Marie, they just got a skirt and just put her on the skirt because I don't know if the underwear that she had didn't work out. I don't know. It was just weird. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't like that. Another thing too, baby. So Gucci quit. We already talked about this. But yeah, so Gucci quit. So that's Akeisha. And so Gucci, that's out of there. I'm just gonna say this and then I'm gonna be done with it. Carlos King, you need to go sit in the closet, girl, and figure out what's going on down to Kingdom Reigns. Is that the production company? Because we have Monique who quit, Stormy, Winter. I think Ashley. Did Ashley quit? I don't know. Is Love and Marriage DC still around? I don't know. Akeisha, Soguchi, Sophia, Shantae Soguchi. And I'm sure it's probably one or two more I probably missed, right? It's something going on where the girls feel like it's not worth it. And I said this last week on my live. The difference between and I know that these are two completely different networks in comparison to NBC Bravo. OWN is a fairly new network, right? Um, but if people are going to get on TV and tell all of their business, there has to be an incentive. At least, and this is just my opinion, okay? I'm just a messy girl down on YouTube just running my mouth, right? But in my opinion, at least when it comes to Bravo, you know, we've heard the stories that when the Housewives first started, they were not making any money. They were pretty much working for free, right? And then eventually the money started to roll in. But once you stay on these shows for a few seasons, you can make a little bit of money, right? And even if you're not on the show for a few seasons, you're still, depending on the show that you're on, you still have a lot of eyeballs on you. So even if you're on Atlanta for 1 or 2 seasons, right, that doesn't take away from the fact that you were on Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And if you can work your magic, then you might be okay. So like the incentive is being on Bravo. The incentive is being on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Potomac. You know what I'm saying? And then if you're one of the main girls and you get the golden slip to be a housewife and you get the peach and you own for more than a few seasons, girl, here comes the money, right? So you have the platform, you have the fact that you're on Bravo, the fact that you have all these eyeballs on you. You can start some businesses, but then when you go over to OWN, what's the incentive? We're not going to pretend that, girl, just hundreds of thousands of people down there watching Belle Collective. I think the number one show was Love and Marriage DC. I think they were doing fairly well. They may still be doing. I think at one point they were getting like 400,000 views. Is that true? I don't know. But that's pretty much what the Housewives are at right now, if we're going to be honest about it. But what's the incentive to be on Belle Collective? I'm on OWN TV. No shade. We love OWN. Girl, from what Winter said. You know, I'm always going to repeat what Winter said. This ain't no allegedly, girl. This is what she said. Winter from Love and Marriage DC said out of her own mouth down to Bundy Blue and Jamie, that's me, that their cast, now I don't know about all the other girls and boys down to OWN, but she said on their show, she said they got paid anywhere between $250 up to $2,500 per episode. That's what she said. Okay. So, girl, y'all paying the girls pennies? Girl, I'm talking about, when I say pennies, I'm talking about pennies. Girl, y'all paying the girls pennies to tell all my business. You see what I'm saying? Like, at least on Bravo, girl, if I get my ass whooped, girl, I'm bringing home 6 figures, a mid-high 6 figures, 7 figures. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, Candy over there getting, girl, accused of what Portia and Phaedra accusing her of, but they say Candy was bringing in $2 million per season. Y'all get what I'm trying to say? The incentive is there. Candy has launched many of businesses on Bravo. You see what I'm saying? The incentive is there. The eyeballs are there. The platform is there. So that's why the girls stick around on Housewives. And even when they get the boot, they still want to come back. Okay? The girls ain't quitting. The girls ain't getting fired from Carlos King shows. Girl, they quitting. I think the only one who probably got put in the timeout was Destiny. And it's no shade to Destiny, but wasn't Destiny on food stamps? So, girl, a little bit of something is a whole lot of nothing. I mean, it's a whole lot of something for some people. I'm just saying, Destiny ain't had no choice but to come back, girl. And I love Destiny. Y'all know I'm going for Destiny. I'm not going for Destiny. But I love Destiny. I'm just saying, girl. Let me stop. Okay, let's girl, we just talking. Okay. So, okay. So, Dr. Antoinette. Long story short, um, La- is her name Letitia or Letitia? Because I've been calling that lady Letitia for the last 5 seasons. I think it's Letitia. Girl, the first person I heard, girl, I would destroy a name. I thought that lady's name was Letitia. I think it's Letitia. I think so. Anyway, so Letitia was the one who mentioned that um, Dr. Antoinette sold her business, and basically that's why she back on. That's why she want to come back to the show. In a nutshell, that's pretty much what she was saying. Dr. Antoinette said she did sell her business, but it was for a profit. People saw how well the business was doing, and they wanted to buy wanted to buy it from her. Now, listen, I have heard of people doing this all the time in business. You hear about it all the time, where people will start a business, it's doing so well, they sell it, and then girl, they go start another business. I don't think that's unheard of. They literally, I think the girl did it with what's her name, Maella's hair care. I think she did it, but she's still like I guess like the owner or whatever. But people do it all the time in business. So I do believe Dr. Antoinette when she says that girl, she started the business, it was doing well, and then she sold it. The only thing that wasn't really clarified to me was if she still does dentistry. I feel like Carlos King asked her, and I don't know if the way that they edited the show, it didn't, she didn't answer it. I don't know, but I didn't really get, she really didn't say if she still does dentistry. Um, she basically says that, even though she was only on for one season, she says that she lost patience because it takes a lot to film. So while she's filming, she's not at work, and her work is her bread and butter, of course. Okay, clearly, because we already know what the girl. Okay, so not only am I losing patience, but I'm losing money, and it's not like I'm making up for that with this show. You see, for example, you saw Dr. Wendy quit her job down at Johns Hopkins. Dr. Wendy can always go back to being a professor, but she probably quit because now, one, I can always go back to being a professor, so it's not that hard. Then two, girl, the money that I'm probably making down here to Bravo, girl, it replaces what I'm losing down to Johns Hopkins. Now, again, girl, Dr. Wendy can always go back to being a professor, but for now, girl, I can quit. Girl, you know what I'm saying? So, girl, in Dr. Antoinette's case, it's like, girl, I'm losing patience, and I'm really not making any money from the show to cover up what I'm losing from my practice. She says that she feels like she doesn't see a lot of abundance of success and achievements with the girls and their businesses on the show. Pretty much, Antoinette said, girl, again, girl, y'all on this show, on this platform, and girl, I don't even see no success coming from what y'all showing us. Hello? That's what I got what Antoinette was saying. Is that what y'all got what Antoinette was saying? Girl, that's what I heard. Girl, y'all doing all this carrying on and acting a fool, and girl, y'all not even really just successful like that with y'all businesses. But then this is where Antoinette lost me. This is what Dr. Antoinette, you started talking in circles, girl. Antoinette says, farewell, again, maybe not for long. Because they asked her that she want to come back to the show. She said she's trying to get out of Mississippi. Now, Antoinette, either you want to be on the show or either you don't. Because you was just low-key reading Carlos King and the girls, if we're going to be honest about it, and the platform. But then you're also saying, girl, farewell, well, maybe not for long. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, you trying to read the platform, but you also want to be a part of the platform. Are you coming back or not? Anyways, so the men come out. I'll say this much. I'm excited that, for some reason, niggas, they put on suits and they feel like a suit is supposed to be, girl, 2 times your size. That is not how a suit is supposed to, girl. When I tell you, girl, it makes my asshole itch whenever I see a man in a too big ass suit. Girl, too big or too tight. But definitely too big. Girl, a suit is supposed to be, girl, you're supposed to be suited and booted. Girl, a suit is supposed to be tailored, okay? A tux is supposed to be tailored. But even if you don't go get it tailored and you just buy it out the store, you just put it on, it should still somewhat fit you. So I was glad that everybody Willie looked the best, but Willie didn't look bad. JJ, not JJ, yeah, girl, no, girl, I said the wrong name. We're gonna get to JJ in a little bit. What's the nigga name? Glyph. You know I call him Glyph. Girl, you know how the girls listen. You know how like the girls started those names with the celebrities, like Brangelina, like when Brad and Angelina got together, they called them Brangelina. What they called Jennifer and Ben Lopez. I mean Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. What they call her? What they call them? Was it Benifer? I can't remember. So I call Glenn and Cliff Glyph. Girl, Glenn and Cliff. Girl, so Glyph. Okay. So anyway, Glenn looked nice. He did. His suit was nice. I was like, okay, Glenn looked nice. JJ looked nice. And then, not JJ, I mean Cliff. Cliff looked nice. I'm trying to get to JJ. That's why I keep saying JJ's name. Now, JJ, it wasn't my stilo. I wouldn't have worn it. But I could tell for a nigga from the country, this is the thing, girl. You got to get in the. See, I'm from the country. You got to get in the mindset of a country nigga. Girl, JJ thought he was fly. And people in Jackson probably thought JJ was fly. You know what I'm saying? People from my hometown would probably think that JJ was fly too. For me, girl, it wasn't a bad look for JJ. I wouldn't have put the shit on. I wouldn't have put it on. I would have probably put more on something like what Willie had on. But I would have, I would have just made mine a little edge and threw on a nasty pointy boot. I would have just edged mine out just a little bit and put on a nasty boot. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so, and then JJ had on the back of his head, of course he likes it. JJ loves attention. So JJ had on the back of his head, they not like us. And he had like rhinestones, I guess, like glued to his head. I said, girl, this nigga is country ass. Do you hear me? Carlos asks, Cliff, are you glad to be here? He said, girl, Cliff be saying some funny stuff, even though he misogynistic and sexist as hell. He said, I ain't too happy, but I'm here. I don't know why I thought that was so funny. I ain't too happy, but I'm outside. I know that's right. Girl, let's just talk about these niggas getting into it. Glenn felt disrespected that Willie told him to suck his dick. Cliff says that I can take a joke, but basically, Glenn is from the streets and Glenn don't joke like that. Willie said, I wasn't joking. I said, come on, bitch. I said, no, that's right. Willie said, I wasn't joking. Girl, this is the thing. Y'all want to get mad at this man for telling y'all to suck his, you know what I'm saying? But like, can we just talk, y'all? Can we just talk? Can we just have some real, honest conversation, okay? I'm a man. Some of y'all may not think that. I'm a man, okay? And I know how some of these niggas be moving. And I know what makes sense and what doesn't make sense and what's going to fly and what's not going to fly with niggas, right? You walking around calling a man a woman, referring to him as a Belle, even though for me, I wouldn't care. You know what I'm saying? But you have to know that could be deemed as disrespectful, even to some gay men. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why they think it's okay for them to refer to Willie as a woman, as a Belle, right? And they say Belle because that's just a way of trying to cover up just saying like he's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? But then when Willie matches the energy and basically just says, nigga, suck my dick, now all of a sudden, girl, oh my God, now head's starting to spin and roll. Cliff says that Willie takes jabs at him, and he's been taking jabs at him for the last couple of years. Now, did not tell y'all. Let's talk about it, y'all. Let's talk about the shit. Did not tell y'all. So Willie says that basically, because Cliff started saying, like you don't, like he doesn't like me, and he was like, it's not that I don't like you, it's that I don't like when you drink and you're incoherent and you embarrass your wife. I did not say. I told y'all. Y'all gonna start listening to me. I'll be trying to tell y'all how this shit is going. Did I not say that Willie looks at them crazy? The issue that he has is one of the issues that he has with them is that he thinks that they are disrespectful to their wives. I said it. Let me tell you something. We can say a lot of shit about a lot of people on reality TV. And y'all know I don't mind giving the girls a props when props are due. I don't know shit about Willie and Akeisha except for what I've seen on TV. Now we're gonna have some kitchen table talk. Can I see Willie and Akeisha going through some shit before their marriage? Absolutely. Willie was an NFL player. That's all I'm saying. I don't put nothing past nobody who's an athlete, entertainer. I don't. Okay? But the fact of the matter is, whatever I think, I don't know. I just think that. What I do know is that as long as Akeisha and Willie have been on our TV screens for 3 seasons, I ain't seen Willie disrespect Akeisha not one fucking time. Not one time. Not one time. Not one. Okay? And I do believe that one of the issues that he had with them was that they disrespect their wives. And not only do you disrespect your wives, not to say that it's better in private, because it ain't okay either way. Because not only do you disrespect your wives, but you disrespect your wives on television. Now, at some point, we have to start looking at the wives crazy too, because you're still sticking around. But it doesn't take away from the fact that they do disrespect their wives. And I also believe that part of the reason why they don't like Willie is, we're not going to lie, Willie and Akeisha did come into Belle Collective kind of like, you know, we're the, what's that last name? Collins? I think it's Colin. We're the Collins. They did kind of come in that way. But I don't think that's enough to just. If anything, I feel like they were intimidated. I do. If anything, I feel like they were intimidated by Akeisha and Willie, because these are, you know, at Cliff like to say, y'all little fish in a big pond. No, they're actually the big fish in the little pond, if we're gonna be honest about it. Now, Akeisha is, I think, was she born and raised in Jackson, Mississippi, right? Because you can't. I'm just being, and this is coming from me, somebody from a small town, 1,500 people. Okay, graduating class 79 people. You can't tell nobody who from New Jersey, New York, girl, that they a little fish in a big pond. No, baby, they're actually the big fish in a small pond. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I just feel like I also feel like part of the reason why they don't like Willie is because of how Willie treats his wife. I don't care what nobody say. I think that when it comes to some men, they don't care if it's your wife or not. There has to be some type of level of disrespect in order to be considered a man. That's exactly why when you see people to this very day talk about Russell Wilson and how he treats his wife, Ciara, people will still talk about Russell Wilson like a dog, because he does not disrespect Ciara, and he treats his son, yeah, I said his son, he treats his son, Future's biological son, Lil Future. He treats his stepson like his biological son. Hello? And usually, men like that, who don't disrespect women, especially their wives, they will turn their nose up at niggas who do. Like Willie said, this is not the 1940s. Women can vote. And you basically run around here beating your chest like, I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. I'm telling you, Willie don't go for that shit. I think that Willie respects Akeisha. I think Akeisha respects Willie. I think that Akeisha looks at Willie like the man of the house. I think that Willie looks at Akeisha like as a woman of the house. But I don't think that Willie has to go around her beating his chest saying, I'm the man. You see what I'm saying? Willie said it. Willie said, girl, y'all, you embarrass your wife. They don't go for that embarrassing your wife stuff. Niggas who move like they got a little bit of sense, they don't go for that embarrassing your wife shit, especially not on no TV. And girl, we've been seeing Cliff and Glenn embarrass their wives since season 1. Girl, Glenn came in embarrassing the dog shit out of Letitia. Came back embarrassing her again. And now the nigga ain't got no job. So girl, he came in, girl, with almost having a goddamn baby, then left, girl, not having a goddamn job. Okay, girl, he got a business. Girl. We're gonna talk about the business in a little bit though. JJ comes in and he basically says that, you know, I'm with JJ. You can only play so much. You can only play so much. Y'all went from playing, and Willie said it. As long as y'all don't get disrespectful, we cool. Because in the grand scheme of things, like, girl, I barely even see y'all. They come and film, and then they go home. Let's just call it for what it is. Excuse me. Willie films because of Akeisha. Willie don't care about this goddamn show. He did it because his wife wants to do it. And he wanted to support his wife. Willie comes into town when he needs to come into town, right? And plus his wife and kids are there. And then when it's time for him to take his ass back to New Jersey to go to work, he go back to work to New Jersey. But for the most part, when you really think about it, I shouldn't have no beef like that with none of these niggas on this show because I don't even know them like that. Girl, we film 3 months, and out of the 3 months, how many times do I actually really film? You see what I'm saying? So I can come in and say, hey, what's up, y'all? What's up? How y'all doing? Let's go have some drinks. And then I can take my black ass back home to my family and then get on the plane and go back to work. That's why I think Willie is basically saying, like, when he was like, as long as there's no disrespect, and then when JJ, when Glenn walked his ass into that room and half-ass spoke to Willie, Willie knew some shit. Can we just be honest, y'all? Niggas know. Black people. Hello? We know. You don't walk nowhere. You don't walk into nobody's shit and don't speak. Or half-ass speak. We know that's the quickest way for some shit to pop off. Okay? Walk into somebody's shit and half-ass speak. Walk up to somebody, walk past somebody and half-ass speak. Even, especially when you say it ain't no beef. I know girls who get pissed off when they know you don't like each other and you still don't speak. Okay? So just imagine you cool with somebody and they walk in and give you a half-ass hello. You like, what the fuck? What the fuck is wrong? What the fuck wrong with this nigga? Can we talk? Can we talk? We know you don't half-ass speak to nobody. Especially when you say it ain't no beef. And the girls, even when it's beef, girl, if you half-ass speak, it still might be some beef. Because, girl, now that really only happened kind of like when you walk into their shit. Girl, you walk into my party and not speaking of me? Now, this was Glenn's party. But still, he walked in and he did that on purpose. Anyways, y'all get what I'm trying to say. Willie is basically like, we shouldn't have no beef because he says me and Glenn have had heart to hearts before. These are his words. We have had heart to hearts. I said, oh, this is like, I love when straight men talk like that. Anyways, we have had heart to hearts before, right? Here go Letitia. She backstage. No, they don't. What she say? They don't have. Oh, no, they don't. They don't have no heart to hearts. They don't even have each other's phone number. But then you have Glenn on stage saying, but basically saying we have had a heart to heart before. Girl, hold up. So, and that's what I'm saying, Letitia. Girl, can I just say something? Girl, I don't have no problems with Letitia. I really don't. I really don't have no issues with none of the girls on the show. But can we just call a thing a thing? Letitia, you don't know what's in his phone number. I mean, you don't know what's in his phone. What's in his phone? What phone number he has in his phone? Because you didn't even know he had the phone number to them bitches he was fucking. The one who almost had a baby on you with. So how you know? Like you don't know who he talking to. And clearly, Glenn is on stage, literally saying that what Willie is saying is the truth, while you're backstage saying it's not the truth. So again, you don't know who your man is talking to. You keep saying we, but clearly he has. Anyways, Carlos says that it doesn't appear to be that deep for them to move along. Men go for, let me say something. It's deep. Well, they quit, Carlos. So how deep you think it is? Okay. How deep is your love? Like the ocean. Okay. How deep is your love? Okay. And then basically he says, "Are y'all Gucci?" Girl, when Cliff, I'm not gonna lie. When Cliff said they Sophia, Gucci gone. Cliff, he said some funny stuff. Yeah, and on some real stuff, girl, we'll talk about it. Carlos said it's not that deep, but girl, and Glenn trying to play stupid like he wasn't talking about Akeisha when he really was. I hate when niggas try to play stupid. Let me say, girl, y'all want to be smart and stupid at the same damn time, and I don't like it. I'm getting ahead of myself. So everybody on stage, they bring Coochie in a can. You know, JJ had bought Akeisha and Willie were going through a drought. You know, Akeisha going through menopause or whatever she's going through, you know, girl, life. And JJ and so Gucci had purchased them a coochie in a can for when Willie need a little assistance when Akeisha coochie ain't available. They bring out a coochie in a can, and Carlos says he's never slept with a woman, and he gets his hand, and like this is the coochie. But this is good. They blurred it out, but you can see him. I said, so Carlos. Only thing I got from a girl for the gays. This is for the gays. Shout out to the gays. Girl, this is for the gays. The only thing I got from it is that Carlos is. Girl, the only thing I got from that whole segment when Carlos was trying to fist that coochie was that Carlos King is into fisting. Because I'm like, girl, why aren't you acting like, talking about, is this how you do it? Carlos, girl, why aren't you trying to put your whole hand in the thing? Girl, now, can we have some kitchen table talk? Girl, from what I understand, girl, and I'm almost sure I'm 100% correct, girl, coochie and bussy is not the same thing. So even if Carlos King ain't never slept with a woman, he's definitely slept with a man. Girl, so why are you playing, girl, Carlos, why were you playing with that coochie? Oh, girl, is this how you do it? No, that's not how you do it, girl. It's the same way you play with bussy. It's the same way you play with pussy. In the conversation. Now it might not feel the same. It might not feel the same. Right? But you can play with it the same. Okay. Anyway, shout out to Carlos and Coochie with a can. He said he gonna use it later. So let us know how it feel, Carlos. Carlos asked JJ, is he stopping Sophia? I said Sophia and Gucci. Selena and so Gucci from being cordial. He says that so yes, I think he is. But he brings up New Orleans and how it could have went left, but it didn't go left. That's the thing. It didn't go left. So after that, it was really kind of time for, in my opinion, for them to just move on. Anyways, what time is it? Oh, do I got enough time? Maybe so. He said it could have escalated, but it didn't. And then basically, in a nutshell, he basically says his way of doing things is him basically controlling the situation. Basically, I guess keeping everything under control. Not trying to control it, but keeping everything under control. The way that he's maneuvering the situation. I guess JJ, girl, don't ain't nobody buying it. I think everybody's come. Well, I ain't gonna say everybody, but I think a lot of us have come to the conclusion that you just don't want So Gucci and Selena to talk. You don't want them to be cool. Really and truly, they don't have no issues with each other. They don't. They don't. I mean, now they do because they don't they got into a fight. But prior to that, girl, it really wasn't. It really shouldn't have been. Anyways, we're not talking about that. I'm done. He basically says that I guess he's still not really talking to Sanjay, and Selena let us know that. Um, Selena says that if it wasn't for the twins reaching out, then they wouldn't be talking. And then so Gucci says it doesn't matter who reached out. I mean, it doesn't, but it does, but it doesn't, but it does. Because if especially if they're saying that it's a pattern with this man, where the only time that you can, I guess, rebuild or get on the same page is if they reach out first. Can I say something? I get that those are his daughters, right? And for a lot of people, they do sometimes still look at their children as their like kids, like babies. He says that he just wants his daughters to basically kind of like stay out of what's going on between him and Selena. I get it, but to a certain degree. Because what JJ is going to have to realize at this point, yes, his daughters are his daughters, and they will always be his daughters, but they're grown women. And these are women with children and women who have experience with men. And while it's easy to say just stay out of it, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to stay out of something when your mother says that your father used to beat my ass, basically. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they can't get over it because clearly they have they have a relationship with JJ. Sanjay doesn't, but the other two do. But I think he just wants to look at it as though, oh, just stay out of it because this is just no, yeah, though it's between you and the mama, but that's also their mother. I mean, you and Selena, but that's also their mother. And I think also when you bring So Gucci into the picture too, and So Gucci is regardless of who's, let me say something, I don't know, I don't care who started the fight. The fact of the matter is nobody, unless you just don't like your mama or your daddy, but nobody's going to stay mama for the other woman. They're just not. You see what I'm saying? So not only do you have issues with So Gucci, or So Gucci is a problem with our mama, because now our mama saying you used to whip her ass back in the day. That's what Selena said down to the YouTube. She said he was physically abusive, and I think she said mentally and emotionally abusive. That's what she said. You know, like Anyways, um, he asks Glenn, girl, this review is too motherfucking long. I gotta hurry up. This review is getting too long. Girl, I still got this page, this page, this page, and this page. We're not doing all this. Okay, let me hurry up. You officially quit your job. Do you have a job now? He says he has a box truck and he does deliveries. So what company do you have? Letitia, she interrupts. So our company is Pearson and Pearson Logistics. And I would have said, excuse me, Letitia, I want to ask Glenn. Let me tell y'all something. And I do believe this. And I feel like this happens a lot with couples. The same way it happened with Melody and Martell. I do believe, not all the time, but I do believe a lot of the times, these women are the brains behind these businesses. I can almost guarantee you, Letitia is over there making sure that business is doing whatever the business is doing, whether it's a little business or a lot of business, But whatever business that company has, they have together, I can guarantee you is probably mostly because Letitia is the one who's putting the work behind the business. I can almost guarantee you. I bet you. Because even towards the end, when she started talking about my goal, I've always basically like I'm a go getter, and I'm always gonna make stuff happen. And my like girl, Letitia's over there running that business. Girl, shout out to Bernadine. Girl, I was the background to your foreground or something. Girl, bitch, gonna start at this damn company without me. Girl, okay. I worked my ass off. Shit, that's what Bernadine said. Hmm. Shout out to Bernadine. Shout out to all the Bernadines in the world. Um, and then they do some handshake. Girl, I guess, girl. Um, and then he really thought that Megan Good DM'd him. His celebrity crush is Megan Good. You know what's so crazy? And it makes so much sense because even when he tried to act like he wasn't dissing Akeisha, when he said that Willie was jealous because Glenn has a young, wait, he said that Willie was jealous because Cliff has a young, hot wife. I said, why would, I'm not trying to be shady, but I was like, why would he not refer to his own wife as young and hot? Why did he have to refer to, you know what I'm saying? And then when we find out that your celebrity crush is Megan Good, like Megan Good looks closer to Latrice than she does Letitia. You see what I'm saying? But he really thought that Megan Good DM'd him. It was like somebody from Megan Good's fan page. Girl, I said, how slow? How slow do you have to be? He really thought that Megan Good. He really thought that Megan Good. And then Sophia said, you can't cheat. Sophia said, you can't cheat with that one. Girl! And then Letitia said, well, I heard he goes out of the country. She was talking about JJ. And then she said, baby, let your husband cheat in peace. Oh, girl. I don't know why I thought that was funny. Bitch, when Sophia Shantae so yeah, when Sophia Shantae so Gucci said, girl, let your husband cheat in peace. Ooh. So production, I put production is messy. So, okay. I want to be very careful in what I'm about to say because it's a very sensitive subject because someone died. Latrice's nephew passed away. I don't know how, but I think it was like a week after. I think it was the guy. Some people were saying the guy that drug Glenn off. Remember when they was about to fight, and then the guy picked up Glenn like a rag doll and like pushed him off. Like some people were saying that was her nephew. I don't know though. But a week after that happened, like he passed away. And his cell phone ended up either at Akeisha's house or in the proximity. Now, I think this was 3 weeks later. So he passed away like a week later. And then 2 weeks later, she messaged Akeisha. And I had to stop. I had to take a screenshot. I'm nosy. This is what the message said that Latrice were part of the message. She didn't show the full. They didn't show the full message. I don't know if she showed production the full message. And I'm gonna tell you why I know production is messy as fuck. On Monday, June the 10th, I have contacted you regarding my nephew's lost cell phone. Production advised that the phone was handed to your niece during my opening. during the commotion. It was also tracked via Find My iPhone to your address. I have requested that it be returned. I have since heard nothing from in regard to retrieving it. Before you and I can they before things escalate, let me know what's up. That was low key a threat, if we're gonna be honest. I don't know what Akeisha responded back or what she said back, but then Latrice said, "Girl, I'm assuming she's put F you. You're the vicious MF. Tread lightly, you antique face dummy. I guess you feel like sucking an NFL DICK. I'm assuming she meant, umpteen years ago accounts for class or some form of prestige. It does not. You lack all of those areas very poorly. I can't stand I can't stand HOs like you. You and your husband came to my I'm assuming she said SHIT on BS. You should have stayed home. You who would have missed you? You have zero substance, BITCH. BITCH, you act your mother effing, and I guess she put age. I don't know, child. So those were the messages that she sent Latrice. I mean, that she sent Akeisha. Again, they didn't show what Akeisha said back. So they're saying that the phone again was in proximity or at Akeisha's house. My thing is this: why would production hand Akeisha's niece the cell phone? Now there are a few things that could have happened. Production could have genuinely didn't know who. Girl, is this your cell phone? Girl, here, right? That could be one. I see a cell phone on the ground. Hey, girl, this cell phone is this cell phone yours here, right? It's a lot going on. I'm sure production didn't really know everybody that was on at the party. Everybody wasn't mic'd up, right? So I can see, and there were people on the. It was this was like people from the community, even at the party. So I don't know. Does everybody have to sign a waiver to appear on TV? I don't know. So either it could be they really didn't know whose cell phone it was and they just handed it to someone. But it's so weird to me, and this is where I might just be being messy. It's weird because a part of me really feels like they knew that that was Akeisha's nephew's phone and they handed it to somebody in Akeisha's group. I don't know why I feel they did that shit. And so this is what I feel like happened. Akeisha is saying that she ain't never had no cell phone. Um, but Akeisha did say that her niece had the cell phone. But she didn't know whose cell phone it was. Let me tell y'all something. This is what I think happened, girl. I think that Akeisha niece had that cell phone. I think that after the fight, I think that they handed Akeisha's niece a cell phone. She knew it wasn't hers. She probably knew it belonged to somebody from Akeisha's side. I mean, from Latrice's side. She had the cell phone. I think she just threw the cell phone away. That's what I think happened. Do I think that Akeisha personally had the cell phone? No, I don't. But can I see them picking up the phone, like, girl, is this your phone? And then the girl, like, yeah, it's mine. But she knew it wasn't hers, and she probably knew it was somebody from Latrice's side. And then I could see her, I can see, now, I'm sorry, I know everybody team Akeisha right now, but I could see the niece still telling Akeisha, girl, somebody hand me a cell phone. And I could see Akeisha in the moment saying, because now temperatures are high. I could see her saying, I don't give a fuck about that cell phone. Get that shit out of my face. And then I could see eventually the girl just like tossing the cell phone somewhere. I could see that. But the part that I got confused on is Latrice says to this day, it still shows that the cell phone is somewhere near Latrice Akeisha's address. I will say this though. Unless, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know. Unless you have the code to the phone, what are you gonna do with the cell phone? Unless somebody can break, because she was saying it could be memories in the phone. I'm not trying to be insensitive, but I'm asking like a genuine question. If you got the cell phone back, are you going to be able to unlock the cell phone? Like like I'm sure it could be pictures in the cell phone of family members. Because Latrice has a tracker, she said, on all her family members, I guess. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like, if you know what a cell phone is at, go get the cell phone. But even when you retrieve the cell phone, are you going to be able to unlock the cell phone, or would you just have the cell phone? But I guess if somebody calls, is that because girl? If somebody call your this I can't remember. If somebody calls your cell phone and like if somebody calls a cell phone, does your cell phone become unlocked then? And then you have access to the phone. You see what I'm saying? Like if somebody called my phone right now and you picked it up, would you then have access to everything else on my phone if you answered the phone? Or would you just be able to answer the phone and then when you end the phone call, you still don't have access to my phone? Does that make sense what I'm asking? Anyways, the point of the matter is I do believe that again, Akeisha said that Denise had somebody's cell phone. She said it. So um I believe that Akeisha niece just threw the cell phone. And I feel like Akeisha's niece knew the cell phone didn't belong to her. But I just think because in the midst of the mess, she was like, yeah, bitch, that's my cell phone. And she just like chunked it one day. Does that make sense what I'm saying? And I hope it does. And then Letitia got into it. She told Letitia, "You worry about your business getting off the ground and making sure your husband can take care of your household." I said, "Whoop, girl." Mm. Akeisha brings up Glenn saying that Willie is jealous because Cliff's wife is young and hot, and then he starts the whole, I think all females, come on. I think all females are beautiful. I have a black mother. I've never never disrespected no female. I mean, when you disrespected your wife the first season when you came on, letting us know you was out here raw dogging bitches and possibly having babies, but I guess they don't look at that as a form of disrespect. Let me shut up. Akeisha niece had the cell phone. I don't know about that. I don't know about the timeline. Letitia says Akeisha should go because she pushes her own agenda and that she's only there to film. I'm over the whole when girls. Let me tell you something. At one point, it's kind of like girl in real life, girl. None of these girl. I don't know. I'm not big on the you have to live somewhere to film. Girl, if you good for the show, you good for the show. That's how I look at it. It's kind of like when the girls like, oh, you don't live in so and so. If I don't know, I'm not big on. I don't care about Akeisha living in New Jersey and coming back to. Well, when she came back, she's not coming back. But when she came back to film for the show, it is what it is. Girl, you could live. Girl, you could live in Italy. If you coming back to film the show, you coming back to film the show. Girl, I don't care what you're doing outside. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think I hate when the girls try and act like they're just this one big happy family. Like that's the girls on Married to Medicine tried to pull that shit last year with Quad, and I would not change my stance because I knew they was full of shit. Okay, girl, y'all are trying to act like Akeisha, girl, Marie and Latrice couldn't even stand each other. And the only reason why they probably made up was because, girl, they were probably planning on going after Akeisha next season. Tamara had Marie blocked. No, Tamara, girl, I think deleted Marie's number out of her cell phone. She had Letitia blocked. You see what I'm saying? So, like, stop trying to act like Akeisha really not, I guess, dealing with the girls until it's time for filming is different than what any of y'all are doing. Because none of y'all really fool with each other like that. But that's why another thing, too, and the diva always shout out to Erica De Niro TV, girl. That's why you kind of, in a way, I kind of agree. Sometimes I don't, but I kind of do. That it's really important for the girls to have some type of friendship. Because I think that's what makes the show successful. Because one, well, not in every friendship. I just think it does work better when the girls know each other and they continue a relationship outside of filming because there was already a relationship there prior to filming. I think the shows I think a show is more successful. I do agree. The shows are more successful when the girls have a friendship there. I know that's not every show because we know they quit to introduce somebody as a friend. Or this is a friend. We see the last person they introduced as somebody's friend. Or they ran off with somebody's husband. Hey, peach juice. Let me shut up. Let me shut up. Anyways, um, Letitia tells Letitia tells what's her name? What's the girl name? Girl, I'm trying to hurry up and I just lost my train of thought and I'm getting pissed off. What's the girl name? Akeisha. Letitia tells Akeisha that Letitia tells Akeisha you cannot talk me. Did y'all catch that shade? That was shade to me. When Akeisha said all you do is talk, baby. I felt like that was a shade at Letitia. Like girl, you don't do shit but talk. Like girl, your brunches low key be a flop. Girl, we don't know what's going on with Letitia Enterprise, Letitia Pearson Enterprise, whatever the fuck that is. Girl, now y'all down here talking about Pearson and Pearson Logistics. Girl, we're still waiting on you to do something with Ferris Street. The person who did the most was Akeisha. Hello? And then I couldn't hear because they were like really like I really couldn't hear. Somebody said something about material things, and then she said that Akeisha was miserable, and then Akeisha said, "Girl, miserable, girl, your your husband and bad shoot on TV, girl, cheating." I said, "Oh," and then Letitia said, where are the keys to Ferris Street?" Well, girl, we should be asking you that, girl, because you the one who came in, girl. You the one who came in talking about Ferris Street season 1. We ain't heard you mention. We ain't heard you mention Ferris Street since season 2. Yeah. Whatever Akeisha had accomplished, I don't know if she's still trying to accomplish it since she's no longer there. But whatever Akeisha accomplished, she accomplished more than what Letitia accomplished, and that's just what it is. Um, and then I put Marie ass so big it swallowed up her undergarment. Girl, basically her Latricia got up to hug, and at one point she had on the skirt underneath, and the next second, girl, it was panties. So I said I don't know if her ass swallowed, girl, her skirt. I don't know. Marie and Latrice, they move on. I put thank God. I put y'all would be feeling for some. Latricia. I keep thinking about Love and Marriage Huntsville. Latrice says basically life is short, and I understand because her nephew just passed away, and it really was nothing. I mean, you know, it was something. Let me tell you something. Anytime a bitch try to come for your bag, girl, we're gonna have a beef. Girl, when you try to shake my Chanel, girl, when you try to girl, where my girl, I thought I had my bag over here. When you try to shake my bag and interrupt my business, we might have some issues because Marie tried to interrupt Latrice's business, right? And then we already know what. And then and then they bring out a burger, because Marie made Latrice a burger, and she said it was good. And they brought out one burger again, which I thought was kind of dumb because, girl, you were supposed to bring out burgers for everybody so everybody could taste the burger. Like I feel like they dropped the ball on that. And then at the end, Carlos brought out apple cider. Girl, I could see y'all not want the girls to drink during the reunion because the girls always almost got into a fight the other day. So I could see them saying, "Listen, we can't have no alcohol because we don't want y'all girls turning up." But girl, it's the end of the day. Girl, don't hand me no motherfucking apple cider. Girl, if y'all don't go give me a bottle of champagne or girl a taco vodka. I mean not taco vodka, girl, not taco vodka. I mean a Tito's tonic, okay? girl, something, girl. Casamigos and a Red Bull, girl. I don't know. I don't want no apple cider, girl. It's the end of the. It's the end of the show. Let's toast if we gonna toast. But Carlos said he don't drink. Tamara don't drink. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Girl, bring me a cocktail out here. Anyways, that's it. This review is way too goddamn long. I talk too goddamn much. I need to work on my talking. Girl. Anyways, I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Bye, y'all. I get so frustrated with myself sometimes because I talk too much and I really wanted to do this review within like 40 minutes. And I still forgot some of the stuff I wanted to say. So I really wanted to get this. I really had to say this part. Another thing I wanted to say too, I wanted to talk about Akeisha basically addressing her, basically kind of getting buck at the party right along with um, Glenn, right? Nobody's going to disrespect my husband. Now listen, I have to I kind of with Akeisha on this for, believe it or not. And I think I said this the last review. I'm almost sure I did, but I could see where Akeisha is coming from because Willie is doing this show because of for Akeisha. You see what I'm saying? So I could see how in Akeisha's head, y'all not gonna disrespect my husband. Y'all not gonna disrespect my husband, not my husband. You know what I'm saying? Because she's the reason why Willie is in this environment, right? He's doing this show for me. He really don't want to do this show, but he's doing the show for me. And now I have my husband in this environment, in this situation, to the point where he feels disrespected. He's being disrespected. So yeah, I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna say something. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at Akeisha for that at all. Sometimes you do want people to kind of stay out of it because girl to girl. This is the thing. I don't mind arguing with men, women, girl, damn near children. We can argue too. I have to just be careful. What you say? No, what you said. You know what I'm saying? Girl, non-binary, trans. I don't care, girl. Because to me, it's just an argument. I don't fight people. I don't hit people. I'm not a violent person. So we can have words and be done with it. But I can also understand too, in the same breath, why some women don't feel comfortable going back and forth with the man or getting involved in something that could turn, physical. Because girl, these men, girl, everybody can't get read like me. You can read me, I read you back, and girl, we can go have a drink, or we can be done with each other. I do believe that for some women, because women are not stronger than men for the most part, that their power is in their tongue. And if I can read you for filth, the niggas can't read back for filth. You see what I'm saying? So because they really can't read, like, well, I'm a nigga. We can read, but the straight niggas really can't read like that, like that, like that. You know what I'm saying? How I can't read you back, so I ain't got no choice but to pop you. But first, if you read me, I'm gonna read you back, and I'm gonna be done with it. Or we just gonna be reading each other all night long, all night long. Anyways, but yeah, I just wanted to say that I didn't blame Akeisha for really standing, not basically joining in and basically having Willie's back, because in a way she is the reason why Willie is in this situation. Not like the fighting situation, but on this show. You get what I'm saying? And one thing I also wanted to add too, about So Gucci. Um, I think So Gucci. I think it should be recognized that So Gucci told her reality, or at least some of her reality. Because this is the point that I'm trying to make. We know that some of the girls get on reality TV and they play a game, right? They want the reality check. They want the the fame that comes with being a reality star, but they really don't want to tell their true business, their real tea. That's why nowadays, especially when you look at these housewife shows, they're creating storylines, just making up lies to deflect from their truth being exposed. So for Gucci to get on TV and for it to basically come out, I mean, that she wasn't the best mother. And, I think it takes a lot for someone to have to face that type of truth. And then when your daughter is right in front of a camera telling you that if she would have received some support from you, that you know that could have been, the daughter said she almost unalived herself by jumping off of a bridge, and maybe she wished she would have received some support from her mother, the same way her mother can recognize and realize something is going on with her man, her husband, right? Your husband, who probably 50 plus years old, you should be able to know when something is going on with your children, you know. But for Gucci to still get on TV and to expose, and for those type of truths to be exposed, I think says a lot. Because a lot of people are not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? And then when you also take into account again that they're probably being paid pennies. Girl, that's my thing. Like I keep saying, it's the exposure. It's the exposure. What is it? What is the incentive? And I keep trying to drive this point home, but to me, I think it's a valid point. It's a reason. It's a reason why Candy Burris. They said Candy was making either close to 2 million, or she made more than everybody on the cast at one point. I don't know how true that is. I can believe it though. But it's a reason why Candy stayed on Bravo after even the stunt that Portia and Phaedra pulled, because she probably weighed her pros and cons and said the pros outweigh the cons. Okay, now it could have been a con. Hey, if they would have believed those lies that freaking Frack was down here to these Bravo streets telling. You see what I'm saying? It's a reason why. It's a reason why Kenya was still willing to film with Portia at one point when Portia yanked her by her hair to the ground, because she looked at the pros and cons like, oh, the pros outweigh the cons. You see what I'm saying? And then when you look over on the girls are leaving because the cons, okay, are outweighing the pros. I'm down here almost getting into fights, arguing, fussing, telling all my business. And girl, on top of that, girl, I'm not even getting paid. you get what I'm saying? Like, girl, I'm not even getting paid. And I'm doing all this carrying on for a few pennies. The girl's gonna carry on Bravo, because once those checks start rolling in, the checks start rolling in. You see why Mia over there cutting up and doing the shit that she doing? Mia gonna come up with every storyline she can come up with to make sure she gets camera time. You know, the girls, they say they get paid per episode. Mia gonna make sure she's in every episode. Now, whether it's lies or truth, I don't know. Okay, or what Ashley says, it's just some sauce. You know, Giselle likes to put sauce on it. Anyway, but I'm just saying, shout out to Show Gucci. Shout out to So Gucci. Shout out to, I don't know what Carlos gonna do. What's Carlos gonna do? Carlos, you got to do some. Girl, the kingdom is falling apart. Girl, London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. The kingdom is falling down, falling down, falling down. The kingdom is falling down, my fair lady. Go, what you gonna do, Carlos? The kingdom is falling down, baby. Girl, it's rats and roaches all running through the kingdom, honey, and the people is running for cover. Girl, the kingdom, girl, you got, girl, the ceiling is falling, baby. What is you gonna do? There's something going on with the girls. It's like, girl, I'm gone. You got, girl, not you, because Carlos doesn't have them doing anything. Because again, girl, these girls, nobody's forcing them to be on these reality shows. They're on these reality shows because they want to be. So they know how much they're getting paid before they sign on the dotted line, right? But girl, at some point it's like, girl, I gotta go. You got so not you, but so Gucci is. I keep saying you. So Gucci's down here fighting on TV. Girl, supposed to be a real estate to the stars of Jackson, Mississippi. A personal trainer, and she down here, girl, throwing bows with the baby mama. Baby, I can't make it up. So Gucci said, I gotta go. Girl, I'm fighting, and my daughter telling my business. She done told all these motherfuckers I ain't shit. My daughter and my son that said I'm an ain't shit mama. Girl, I'm over here fighting this heifer who used to be married to my man. Girl, I gotta go. Girl, and y'all ain't here. I gotta get up out of here. Baby, I gotta go. Keisha said, bitch, I gotta go. Y'all disrespected that lady. Girl, from the start to the end. Keisha came down to the internet and said, I feel disrespected. Girl, y'all got me shaking my ass like a tail feather in the opening credits. Remove it. And y'all kept it up for not for one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six. Girl, I said six. Not six. I'm acting like Portia. Not seven, bitch. But 8 episodes, y'all kept that same introduction up, and that lady shaking her ass and making her ass cheeks clap in the introduction. Y'all kept it up 8 weeks, 8 episodes. Girl. And y'all thought that lady wasn't gonna get catch Ghost? Girl, I gotta go. I'm fighting down here to the own. Girl, and y'all got me shaking my ass like a tail feather in the opening credits. After I asked y'all to remove it, and y'all could have went in and removed that. I don't care what nobody say. Girl, they could have went in and removed it. Y'all kept it up. I gotta go. And y'all paying me pennies on the dollar. I gotta go. Anyways, girl, let me get up out here. I love running my mouth, girl. Cause I was gonna try to reel it in some. Because I am repetitive sometimes. And girl, sometimes I just run my mouth too much, girl. Just call me Dorit, baby. Call me Dorit and Quad. We all got something in common, oh long-winded hoes.